In this quick video, I want to go over how you can set up your AI in Workspace. Okay? So I'm using Claude. We can do something similar with ChatGPT, obviously. But really quite simple. You'll have a little icon here called projects. Okay. You'll have new chats, projects. You'll hit projects. Okay. You'll create a new project. And inside the project, you'll have a project. You'll say, let's say this case is like at We Law. Okay. You'll talk about who you are. And now the reason why you want a project is because projects is basically a collection of chats that have some sort of relationship. So whether it be a project, a business, where you can sort of create defined terms and use it within the space of that project. Okay. So let's say at We Law and develop using chats related to growth and operations will offer. Pretty simple. And you can start off with that basis. Now, you'll hit create project here. And then once you create the project, you'll then see Acme Law. You'll have the description here, and then you'll have a thing called project knowledge, okay, and project instructions. Now, here, so if I was to do, let's say in this chat, I can say, there's just a simple normal chat that you would use, okay? But to make this more efficient, you probably want to give it some instructions on how to move forward, okay? And typically, I want to give it at least 3 pieces of instruction to score the workspace, okay? So the first piece of instruction I want to give is who this is about. So let's say that, and I'll call it business. And so the content here, I'll say this is for the business, like the Acme Law. It is routine litigation firm specializing in corporate and commercial disputes involving all businesses located in, for the sake of this example, it's in Dallas. And we'll say that's these things. I also probably want to say, again, when you go back to the core of a business, businesses are in the business of solving problems for clients. So you could say that, you know what, here is this. I'm going to make a new avatar. I'm going to say the ideal client. Okay. And so this is where basically you want to give some sort of descriptors about who the ideal client is. Okay. So here I'll say the ideal client is an entrepreneur in living in and around Texas who has more than one business. They're looking for, and you could say something like they are looking for lawyers they are in need of lawyers to solve problems that come their way when collecting monies or have other contractual issues. Okay, so that's just somebody just came out of the head. Okay. Again, you hit add content. So now you have your ideal client and a business. Okay. And that's going to be the starting point. So the first thing you want to do is you want to say something simple like, the business is, so you'll say something, you describe the business. Now, because I've already pre-programmed what the business is, He'll say, based on the information you're proud of, means a boutique litigation law firm. It talks about this. It's great. It's a really good service to set up. Now, again, my definition might not be the greatest. Okay. So what I want to do, I want to clarify this a little bit further. So I want to say that, so this is a great starting point. What, clarifying questions, what questions do you need answered when sure that the above description. And so it'll ask a whole bunch of questions. And let's assume, so what you should be doing is you should answer these questions accurately. So what I next want you to do, I want you to say something like, make up answers to these questions. Obviously, you will not be making up answers. You'll answer these questions accurately. Okay. But just for the sake of time. I mean, like small defines company with that much of revenue. I don't know if that's a small business. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is with information, improve on the business description provided. So now it's going to give you, because you've given it more clarity, it now can give a really solid response that's very, very accurate. You've got geographic reach and core experience. It's really, really solid. Okay. So now what you can do is you can copy this. Okay. So copy whatever has been created using what you put together. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go back into the prior section and you're going to take this and you're going to delete it. And click this and I'm going to delete selected. And then I'm going to add the project. So add this. So I'm going to add a new business and then capital B business. And you're going to add the content. Okay, so now it's gone from one line to this. So now here's what gets interesting. So if I go back into this business overview, you're going to have, if I was to simply edit and just regenerate the same branch, it's now going to give you a really, really detailed description of what the business is. Okay. Which is solid. Now you can do the same thing when it comes to your avatar or your ideal client. You can say something like, describe the ideal client. Okay. Okay. And then again, you're going to do the same thing again here. You need to ask, provide, what questions do you need answered in order to ensure the description of the ideal client is correct. Again, we're going to go through the same process again. Okay. Okay. So again, I'm going to say make up answers. You're actually going to give the proper answer as it relates to your business or practice. to make up answers to the above. Okay, so that's a really good piece. Great. I mean, I love the exclusive red flags. That's really, really good. And so then what you're going to do here is we're going to do it again. So based on the above answers, regenerate, improve on the description of the ideal client. And now it's got a really solid description of who your ideal client is going to be. Okay. And again, this is all based on the information you provided it. Okay. So what you can do then is you can copy it. And so again, we're going to go back into this, and we're going to go from this one-liner. We're going to delete this, and then we're going to add a new one. Okay, and this time we'll just paste it and make whatever changes you need to be here. And now you've got your business, your ideal client. And now I can say, I've now got a workspace that's ready to do some really cool things with. So for example, I can say, I need help with marketing my business. To the ideal client, what are your thoughts? Now, I no longer need to say who the business is or the client is, because they've already pre-programmed it. Okay. So it'll already know the geographic targeting. It'll already know who my referral sources strategy is. Tell me about, so let's focus on what an ad targeting strategy could look like. And again, so there you go. It'll talk about your geography. So because I've pre-programmed it, it's going to be so much better. Okay. And again, remember that when it comes to these tools aren't meant to be doing mission critical work. It's meant, everything that AI generates has to be reviewed by advisor, reviewed by yourself for accuracy. But it does make getting to a starting point a lot quicker. Okay. And so again, knowing how to add resources and the project knowledge is really important. So that brings to an end this first video about how to set up your AI workspace. We set up a project in Claude. We then added some project knowledge, and then I showed you how to use a set of prompts to clarify and improve on the project knowledge. And then I showed you how to update the project knowledge. In our next video, I'm going to go over some prompting basics, and specifically, I'm going to showcase the differences between role-based prompts and task-based prompts, and the role that a prompting framework plays in prompting effectively and getting really good results. See you then.